can I carve out a new division, a new vertical, a new offering? Maybe I partner with somebody else on an offering, right?
Sure.
Maybe somebody has, I've maxed out what I can do with my product and service. And is there a company I can do an alliance with that is a congruent fit to the first thing they bought, right? We're always looking at different elements. I'm doing it right now in my company, building out another lead generation division of the company, right, on top of the software that exists within, right? I know you're building a traffic training coaching program on top of all the agency work you've done over the years. Well, what about coaching on doing what we do, right? You're doing that now yourself. So you and I in 2024 will have two totally different continuity-based, by the way, continuity-based verticals within our company that technically could stand alone. I think this is a key point, Aaron, that if they're done right, they can stand alone. Meaning, what if, God forbid, lightning struck tomorrow and Pipeline Pro and 7 Mile Media disappeared just like that? Could this new vertical take traction and stand on its own? This is how I'm thinking now. I think you probably are as well. That's a pretty cool place to be, is when you have verticals with, could my agency within Pipeline Pro that builds the funnels and builds all the, that could easily be a standalone business. I could go to the marketplace with our sales funnel, CRM build out agency. I have 3 people full time just in that, right? So you want to be thinking about, can I take this almost create like a spider web effect within my business and not just be a one and done, just this product and service. What else can I add to, and keyword here, portfolio? Do you have a portfolio of income streams? These are the advanced strategies on increasing customer value, but also creating nice stability within the company and within the brand. This does create stability because multiple sources of income equals stability. One source goes away, 2 sources still live, right?
Yeah, and it's also about setting yourself up for success when you grow. Because if your lifetime value on a customer is only $500, well, you can't really scale your marketing efforts too large because your margins get thinner the bigger you try to scale, right? If your lifetime value is $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, $100,000, $250,000, you can outspend all of your competitors and just put them out of business.
And that's a big comment you made right there, because the advanced lesson here is he who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. Most people go, whoa, what did you just say? I want to be able to spend the least amount of money to acquire a customer. That's winning. And actually it's not. It's a contrarian approach. It's exactly the opposite. If your competitor is only willing to spend $100 to get a customer and you're willing to spend $300 to get a customer, you have absolutely the leverage and the advantage over him because you can outspend him by 3x. Correct. That's usually a one of those things where you hear it and you're like, I remember when I heard it for the first time, thank goodness it was 20 years ago and not 2 years ago, right? When I heard it 20 years ago, it was like, that was one of those moments where you're like, that's just a game changer thought to embed in your head early on.
Right? I literally had this conversation with somebody the other day because we were talking about the marketing that we will start for 7 Mile Media at the end of this month. And we were talking about the numbers and they said, well, most of the times, you can expect to get a booked call for around this amount. And I said, we can spend 4 times that amount.
Because
they said, oh my goodness, why would you want to spend 4 times that amount? I said, because
the reaction is always, why would you want to do that? Right? It's funny.
I said, because I want the right person. I could care less about the wrong person. And my LTV is so high that even if it's at that level, I'm printing money. So don't worry about it.
LTV, by the way, lifetime value. Just want to point that out. That's and this is why this is the last chapter, is because now that you've got these frameworks in place, it's okay. Let's think advanced. And I think what you're also going to find in the book is one of the things we'll be doing quite a bit of in probably 2025 is bringing a lot of this live, right? Doing big live events or mastermind style events where we take this revenue multiplier 12 step process and we bring it live, because a lot of times you can get so much out of a book, but when the book actually becomes a live event and you're in a room for 2 days or 3 days, that's where things really that's where the $1 million thoughts come from, when you're in an isolated environment. You and I both know, Aaron, from doing, probably 400 plus events combined in the last 25 years. And you and I both know that at the end of those events, when you're doing this stuff in person, people come away changed. It's transformational, where a book can be, but again, it's read in between the life and the day-to-day, and you read a chapter here and there and you can implement, but sometimes you get away from it. But if you take that book and you take that revenue multiplier's 12-step process and you spend 2 days with us, which is what I envision, by the way, right? Is a 2-day, revenue multiplier mastermind, concepts 1 through 6 on day 1, concepts 7 through 12 on day 2. You're walking out of there with a revenue multiplier machine, which is our ultimate goal. I think I let the cat out of the bag a little bit on that one.
Well, you're going down the rabbit hole of what's next, but hey, we were talking about
what's next, right? Exactly.